Alright, so we're going to bring in our character to start the retopo on him. And so we're going to import, and we'll just go to where it's saved at. So just going through my directory here. And so we're going to bring in the FBX, make sure group's turned off, import. Alright, so we'll just frame that, and then we'll probably get started. I'm gonna start probably on the arm first. There's no particular rhyme or reason to where I like to start. Sometimes I like to start right at the face and just start building out the face using the topology that you can find. There's really good topology examples. Hippodrome is one of the main ones that I like to use. His name is Brian Tyndall, I believe, and his workflow, his polyflow looks really nice and clean. It's usually all quads for the most part, and so there's a few stars, like I think like in the cheek areas, and we'll go over that as we go through our retop. But just to kind of block, I like to block in pretty loosely, just to kind of figure out like how much. I usually like to start, coming right down the right down here, and I'll show you. So with the mascot mesh selected, we'll make him a live surface, and then we'll turn on quad draw. And from here, I'll just basically start, and I'm just kind of thinking about the polyflow and how I want it to look. And so here I try and want to make sure that this is pretty even. So when I'm looking at this, so I'm holding down, so just clicking left click and then hold down shift and left click and hold down shift and left click, hold down shift. And for here, actually I'm just moving with the left mouse button. Just making sure that that kind of flows along the top there. And I want this guy to come down. This is going to be my line that I'm going to try and stick with here through here. You like to get up in here, just it's going to be a little tight through here. That's okay. And then this one, probably place one more right here. And just kind of move this into place. Alright. And then from here, we should be able to actually just hold down tab and middle mouse drag. That should bring us to this point. And here you may have to make some adjustments. So, yeah, sometimes this can actually, with this, I'm actually going to just plant these myself manually, just so I have a little bit more control of where I exactly want these points. without doing too much cleanup. So I'm just kind of looking at the overall surface when I do this, and just placing these. So these quads will show up here. Oops. What happened there? There we go. Sometimes it does some weird stuff. So I'm just going to move this guy down a little bit more. And then for this one, I'm probably going to go right to the ridge. Right to the ridge. Right to the ridge on that. Just kind of make sure that I bring that down right to the top of the, because once I go down here, I'll just start a new, basically build that shelf right there. So here, and draw this, whoops, just make sure this guy's a little bit closer here. So at this point, I'm going to hold down Shift and then just kind of hit smooth over these, just so it kind of evenly distributes a little better. The underarm is okay, kind of where it's at right now. Looks okay. So but I am going to smooth this out just a little bit more, just so that looks good. And so from here, just going to build that shelf on the arm. Sometimes I'll push this out and then you can push it back in. That way it just doesn't get stuck under there. So I like to just make sure that those are nice and clean. I'm building in here. And this is, doing retopology is actually, it's kind of monotonous, and so being able to throw on some headphones and just kind of go after it, it's actually, it's pretty fun to just throw on headphones, and I enjoy doing retop that way. Makes it a little more enjoyable than just kind of, you know, click, 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 click. Gets a little old. So from this point, we can actually, so there's not really many, there's not many underneath ridges, so we can hold down Tab now and just middle mouse drag. And then actually I'll probably go all the way down towards the elbow, and then probably hit smooth on that just to kind of, whoops, not there. I'm going to just smooth down here, just kind of even that out. I don't know why it's reaching up into there. So from here, just going to kind of clean this up a little bit. So I'm just cleaning this area just a little bit. And then from here, if you hold down Control, I'm actually just going to add two cuts in there. just hitting smooth over this just so it kind of brings, gives a little bit more. There we go. All right, and then so we'll also add a new span here, and so we can take that same and just place that right here, and then make a new one right here. And so here we'll actually just kind of clean this up a little bit. Just soft select that. Whoops. Let's undo that. And so here, we do want these spans to be fairly close to one another, just so when the elbow actually bends, we can actually, so here, I want this to be a little bit closer. So I don't want to actually shift smooth that too much right here. So actually what I will do is take this one out, and I'm actually going to add a new one just close, a little bit closer. That should be a little bit cleaner that way. And also from here I can actually just tab out to here, and so we just want to make sure that that's, and from here we can actually just delete this one as well. So it's holding down Control and Shift, and we'll just delete that, and then hold down Control, and then that way we can get a little bit closer to that elbow. It's a little bit cleaner that way. And actually holding down Shift just to kind of clean that up a little bit. Just smooth that out. Actually, it kind of places, smooths all that out, which I'm okay with kind of where that's looking. Well, since this is kind of an early block out, we'll actually go in and fix some of this. There's a lot of spans through here, through this inner part. So I'll probably, actually I'm going to just tweak that a little bit. And as you notice, there you start to notice what's working and what's not, and so you just need to make adjustments. And so from this one, just hold down Tab and middle mouse drag down to the wrist, and we're just kind of making sure that we get those kind of in the general vicinity where we want them. Just manually do that. Just smoothing, holding down Shift and smoothing this area out just to clear that up a little bit. Just make sure that the flow looks a little better. And then from here, actually just going to Control Shift to clear that out, and just put that new one here, and then also one probably about in the middle. This is zoom back out just so I can kind of take a look and see how that's looking. And I'm just going to hit Shift just a little bit here just to kind of smooth that guy out a little bit. Also here, just holding down Shift, just kind of cleaning this up a little bit.